It's too early in the f***ing morning to be doing this. Hey everyone, I'm Keener47, aka Wolfkeen, and welcome to another edition of Wolfkeen Talks. Now, if I don't sound very enthusiastic right now, it's because it's 4:45 a.m. at the time of me recording this. It is early in the morning, I can't sleep anymore, and since I forgot to do Wolfkeen Talks yesterday, since I fell asleep, I decided, you know what, let me just get it out of the way now, because I got some plans for the weekend, but I'll get into that in the updates. So, I'm centered, right? Yeah, I'm centered on the camera. I think so, at least. That's good enough. Anyways, today on Wolfkeen Talks, as you may or may not know, the next generation consoles are being released in the next few days. The PlayStation 4 gets released tomorrow, and the Xbox One gets released next week, I believe. So we're about to enter the next generation of consoles, and the current generation is about to become the previous generation of consoles. All I can say is what a fun ride I've had with these consoles. Like I said, I played every single console, so I did get an opportunity to play the Wii, the Xbox 360, and the PS3. I played all three consoles, and I had a freaking blast with all three of them. They all had different slices of variety. I think I'm good now. They all had different slices of variety when it comes to their games, and they had a lot of different things to offer, which, a lot of the games from that generation blew me away. I mean, considering some of the games that I grew up with, considering that my very first console, at least the one that I owned, was a GameCube, and then later to be an Xbox, this generation of consoles blew me out of the water with how great they looked, how great they played, and how far they could push the boundaries when it comes to gameplay and graphics. It really showed me that gaming can, evolve over time. Like, it can become more and more as time progresses. I mean, look at where we came from if you think about it. We went from the Atari 2600 to the to the consoles of today. That is a huge step up. I mean, if you were to talk to people from those times and tell them, guess what? Graphics and games are going to look almost as realistic. Those people are probably going to look at you with a double take. And I'm pretty sure they're still looking at us with a double take. People in their 40s and 30s that played Atari 2600, now in their like 50s and something like that, looking at the graphics and games today like, whoa, how did gaming become so big? You know what I mean. I'm not trying to insult those people, but you get what I mean. I'm pretty sure a couple of them are pretty stunned with how gaming and, how large gaming has become. It's become this generation's phenomenon. I mean, there's been plenty of phenomenons over time. Music, comics, and now gaming is a phenomenon, which I'm glad to be a part of. I'm glad to be a part of this generation of gaming, and I'm glad to give my honest opinion to everybody that's watching my video about this current generation. And well, I hate to say it, but it's time for us to say goodbye to the PS3, the Xbox 360, and the Wii. It's time for us to say goodbye to those consoles, and time for us to move on to the next generation consoles. I know we don't have to do it right away, and I don't recommend you buying the consoles right away because each consoles have mechanical issues on release day, but it's time for us to move on to the next console. So PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii, thank you for all the memories, and you will never be forgotten. We'll see you all next time. Now let's get into the other subject about the new generation consoles. Now, I haven't played any of the next generation consoles yet. Of course, they're not out yet except for the Wii U. And as y'all may or may not know, I plan on getting a PS4, just not right away. I'm probably going to buy a PS4 in, I don't know, I'm probably not going to get one until next year, December or something like that. The thing is that I'm going through a lot right now when it comes to finances, and I'm probably not going to be out of this financial hole that I'm in until March. So, I really can't scrounge up the cash to save up for, for a new generation console. That's how deep I am in this financial hole. But I'm almost out. I'm almost out of it. The Xbox One I have considered getting, but I still have to wait a little bit. I want to see what kind of roster of games the Xbox One has before I make a decision on getting that over the PS4. And the Wii U does have me intrigued a little bit, but what turns me away from the Wii U is that freaking large controller. I held that thing in my hands when I was at GameStop one time. That controller is unnecessarily large. I mean, I understand Nintendo trying to be innovative, but come on. If you want to have a screen on your console, just leave that to the DS, because the DS does it perfectly. I mean, let me see if I can reach my DS real quick. I mean, come on. There's nothing wrong with this, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, it works. I mean, it's easy to play games. You got the top screen, and you got the bottom screen for touch stuff. It's not that hard to play. I mean, it's easy to play Pokemon. It's easy to play other games like that. I mean, why must you overcomplicate this simple idea and turn it into a controller? And the thing is that if the controller was small like this or something like that, I can understand having a screen. But the fact that it's twice the size of a DS, I can't justify, the screen size. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't justify the screen size due to that. So that's what I mean. That's the only thing turning me away from the Wii U. The PlayStation 4, the problem with the PlayStation 4 right now is that its launch lineup is severely weak. I mean, think about it. A lot of games were going to be coming out for the PS4, but now a lot of its launch titles have been pushed back all the way to next year. And so far, a lot of the PS4 launch titles have been getting very negative reviews, like Knack, for instance. Knack is getting a lot of, let's say, mixed reviews from reviewers, and basically the only game supporting the PS4 right now during launch, besides Killzone Shadowfall, is a bunch of indie games, and that's not really a great, selling point. That's not really a great selling point. The games that got pushed back for the PS4 was Watch Dogs and Drive Club. But because of half these games being pushed back, they have basically nothing for the PS4 launch. I mean, yes, you could buy Call of Duty Ghosts, but that's cross-platform. You could buy Battlefield 4, that's cross-platform. AC4, that's cross-platform. Drive Club is not cross-platform. Okay, Watch Dogs is cross-platform, but they have exclusive content to the PlayStation 4, so gives you more incentive to buy that. And of course, Killzone Shadowfall is not cross-platform. But then when you compare it to Xbox One's library, but I'll get into that in a minute. So honestly, I think PS4's library at the moment is not very strong. As a matter of fact, I have a bad feeling that the PS4 is going to get overshadowed by the Xbox One during the beginning at least. At least during the beginning. I think during the beginning, the Xbox One is going to outsell the PS4 in some instances. I know that's a pretty harsh criticism that I'm saying, but let's think about it for a second. Comparing the Xbox One's launch lineup to the PS4's launch lineup, there's not a lot you can compare it with. I mean, now let's move on to Xbox One so I can actually prove my point. Xbox One has Rise Son of Rome, which they've changed up drastically. I've actually seen a new tech demo for it, and it plays a little bit more like God of War in some cases, instead of it being just one big QuickTime event at times. Dead Rising 3, a lot of people say, oh, they ruined Dead Rising 3 and they made it realistic and gritty. No, they didn't. I've actually seen a tech demo for that, and I've got 4 words to say. Teddy bear with LMGs. Try saying that's realistic. I'm not kidding. In one of the tech demos, this guy had a giant-ass teddy bear and strapped 2 LMGs to it, and the teddy bear was just firing in one single direction, killing all of the zombies. I was like, this was my face. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I was laughing my ass off. And hell, some of the outfits that you can get in Dead Rising 3 is reminiscent of the original Dead Rising. Like, the freaking, you can actually... The stupidest swimsuit of all time. Like, that women's swimsuit that goes over their, fine, I'm just going to say they go over their breast and over their private parts. That's it. That's all it does. Like, there's no back to it or anything like that. It's like 2 straps going around meeting each other in the middle and stuff like that. Yeah, you can actually wear that for your main character, and it looks so freaking ridiculous that you just can't help but laugh at it. And there's also some cameo items from the first and second Dead Rising. So you'll probably find some cameo items. I don't know if there's going to be cameo clothes, but I'm pretty sure there'll be some cameo items from the first two. At least that's what they said. And the third game, of course, that's launching with Xbox One that's been hyped since its announcement is Killer Instinct. I mean, seriously, that game has been hyped since its announcement. I'm not even kidding. I mean, think about it. How many times have we heard Killer Instinct this, Killer Instinct that, or have seen Killer Instinct in most of these conventions? We saw it at Screw Attack Convention, PAX East, New York Comic Con, freaking E3. Killer Instinct's everywhere. I mean, like, Killer Instinct was everywhere. And before you say, we didn't see Killer Instinct at New York Comic Con, yes, I did. They were having a live stream tournament of it. I wanted to enter that tournament, but I knew I would get wrecked, so I decided to back off from that tournament. And plus, it's a good thing I did back off from that tournament because the guy who won at PAX East was here. PAX East, sorry. The guy who won at PAX East was there, so if I went to enter that tournament, and even if I did make it to the finals, I would just get my pride taken from me from that guy, considering that he's played more Killer Instinct than anybody else. But that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like that the Xbox One has a better launch lineup than the PS4. And the Wii U is starting to get a lineup, luckily, but it's still falling behind. Like, they need to do something to, get themselves back on the map. Because right now the Wii U is not doing very well. So I'm going to ask you all 2 questions this time around. Number 1, which console was your favorite of the last generation consoles? Which I will now be considering this generation of consoles the last generation of consoles, because the new generation is right around the corner, so I might as well start calling this new generation the current generation. So what was your favorite console of the last generation? Mine's is the PS3. I mean, I really like the PS3. I liked its game lineup. I mean, Uncharted is my favorite franchise, at least one of my favorite franchises of all time. The Xbox is a close second. The Xbox 360 is a close second because I played a lot of Xbox 360. I played a lot of Red Dead Redemption, Halo, Dead Rising. Dead Rising I played the first one on the Xbox. I played a lot of games on the Xbox before I bought a PS3. That's the thing. My mom had an Xbox back from 2007, 2006, and I didn't get a PS3 until 2010. So yeah, and of course third is the Wii, because I never really got a lot of time with the Wii. I didn't play too many games. Like, I missed out on a lot of good games like No More Heroes, Smash Brothers Brawl, and a couple of others like that. So I missed out on a good chunk of games on the Wii. So that's the first question. What is your favorite console of the last generation? You can go ahead and do a top 3 if you want to, or you can just pick one. It's up to you. The second question. Which console of the current generation are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to the PS4, the Xbox One, or the Wii U? Which console are you looking forward to the most? I'm going to do a top 3 again. For me, it's pretty much the same order. PS4 I'm looking forward to the most, even though its launch lineup is not very good. But there's a lot of games I'm looking forward to on the PS4, like Infamous The Second Son, The Order 1887, Drive Club, Watch Dogs, like stuff like that. The second would be Xbox One, because I would love to play Dead Rising 3. I would love to play Rise, Son of Rome. I would love to play Killer Instinct. There's also Destiny. I don't know if... I forgot about Destiny. I forgot about Destiny coming to the PS4. Yeah, I want to buy Destiny as well. I would probably buy Titanfall for the Xbox One. If I was to get an Xbox One, I would probably buy Titanfall if I was to get an Xbox One. And that's really about it. Like, there's not a lot of games I know about for the Xbox One. I haven't read this month's issue of Game Informer yet, so I don't know much about its launch lineup at the moment. Sorry, guys. And the Wii U, I don't really care too much about, because, to be honest, a lot of its games I don't really care. I mean, I would buy a Wii U to play Zombie U. A lot of people say Zombie U is a bad game. I honestly don't see it. I think people are just not used to the concept of Zombie U. I mean, there are a lot of games where people say, hey, this game is bad, but in reality, it's just because they can't handle it, like Dark Souls. I mean, think about it. How many people said, Dark Souls is a terrible game, because they got their freaking asses wrecked? Same thing with games like Team Fortress 2, where people get upset about TF2 because they're getting their asses wrecked because they're not very good at the game. I mean, it's happening. I think everyone can agree with me on that statement. So in order, PS4, Xbox One, Wii U. So not much else for me to say. Time for some updates. Quick thing, guys. I will not be around this weekend. Yeah, I'm going to be heading to my friend's house, Headshot U Tight. I will be heading to Headshot U Tight's house this weekend because he's going to be picking up the PS4 on launch day. Actually, he's picking it up on launch night, midnight. I'm going with him so we can get the PS4, and I guess we'll probably be spending all night checking it out. I already decided upon what I'm going to be doing. I have a couple of codes for PS4 copies of games, so I may just activate my account on his PS4 so I can redeem the code so I don't lose them, since I'm not going to get a PS4 until next year. I know that's a bit stupid. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but it's the only way I can redeem the codes and not lose them. I mean, remember, if you redeem the codes, you only pay $10 for the PS4 versions of the games. So I could get the PS4 version of Battlefield 4 and the PS4 version of Call of Duty Ghosts. So yeah, I will be heading to Headshot U Tight's house this weekend, but that doesn't mean there won't be any videos this weekend. As a matter of fact, probably at the time of you seeing this video, I'm probably going to already have the videos uploaded. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the YouTube scheduling program. I'm going to use YouTube scheduling to upload my videos. So basically, I'm going to start uploading everything now, so this way, you know, when it's time, they will go live for everyone to see. So basically be like, oh, new Dark Souls video will go live at 2 o'clock on Friday. So this way, you know how the scheduling program works. So to get on with the updates, Dark Souls will be this Friday with 2 new episodes. On Saturday will be a new edition of Tekken Revolution ranked matches. I'm kind of rusty, so bear with me, guys. I haven't played in a while. As a matter of fact, at the time of recording this, I haven't even recorded it yet. So I'm probably going to have to, record it before I start preparing for going to Headshot U Tight's house. Yeah, call me lazy, whatever. But I was tired yesterday after doing all the recording and editing. And on Sunday, we will have the return of Resident Evil 5. Yes, me and my mom went back to play Resident Evil 5. If you haven't watched a playthrough so far, you should start now, because we get into some pretty tough scrapes. And trust me, it gets pretty funny in some of the other parts. I can guarantee you that. It gets pretty funny in some of the parts. Other than this, I don't really have much else to say. I will be taking my camera with me when I go to Headshot U Tight's house, so I can record footage of the PS4, and I can take pictures of the PS4, so I can bring it back home with me and give ya a first look at the PS4 from my perspective. I don't know if he's going to do an unboxing on his channel. I don't know if Headshot U Tight is going to do an unboxing on his channel. If he does do an unboxing, I'll give y'all a link to it in the later video. Or if anything, I'll probably just, if you want to check out Headshot U Tight's channel, he's trying to start back up on his channel. If you want to see his channel, he is starting back up. Click the link right here. You'll be able to get to Headshot U Tight's channel. And if he does an unboxing, you'll probably see it there first before I upload a video about it. So anyways, guys, not much else for me to say. Like I said, the 2 questions that I asked, what are your favorite consoles from the last generation, and what are your 2 favorite consoles from this generation coming up? Like, which ones are you expecting the most? Like I said, Friday will be Dark Souls, Saturday will be Tekken, Sunday will be Resident Evil 5. So, not much else for me to say. Damn, it's 5 a.m. Well, I guess I better get to work on some more recording and editing and get my stuff together so I can go over to Headshot U Tight's house. So guys, until next time, I'm Keen47, aka Wolfkeen, and this has been another edition of Wolfkeen Talks. So until next time, take care.